Hello everyone, welcome back. So let's directly jump into the topic. What we are going to do today, we are trying to build our Quizler app in which we are already almost done with the UI. Not what is remaining is this one thing. Here is the UI in front of you. We have already centered the text widget. Along with that, we have made the buttons to be like resemble the UI which we wanted. And now when we click on them, they are accepting our click because we have used flat buttons. Now let's just see what we had to do quickly. Let me just open our demo sample and here we go into the draw screen. Now what we had to do over here is first let's just let me explain you what we had to do. Over here in this small space, we are trying to get to know we are trying to show the user whether the answer they input has been correct or wrong. So the best way to do this is when someone use the correct answer, we will just put one tick over here, and when someone use the wrong answer, we will just put a cross over here, and this way it will keep on continuing itself till the quiz gets over. So if someone gets three answers correct, two answer correct in a row, or three answer correct in a row, he will get something like this. And then if he gets two answer wrong in a row, then he will get something like this. Okay, so now this is what we are trying to build. Now one thing which you will have observed is we are entering the elements in this certain space in a particular fashion. We are entering the elements horizontally. If you're getting this, we are entering the elements horizontally. So this has to be a row, right? If you are continuously entering elements in something in a horizontal manner, it has to be a row. And let's just get this thing, whatever we write on the screen using Flutter is a widget. So in fact, even this thing, the text which we write, this thing, what is this thing? It's obviously a widget, text widget, and inside the text widget we pass the string which we want to print on the screen. So obviously even this icons, little icons will be widget. So this little icons of widgets are being entered in the screen in a vertical, in a horizontal fashion. So here what we will be using is a simple row widget. Come behind me in three. We will be using a row widget. Okay, so again the implementation of column is just like implementation of row is just like column. So there will be same property, children property. Okay, so we'll be using children property as well. So now let's just go to the coding part. Let's get it hands on. So here we go. Here I have opened the Android Studio, and in this what we have done till now is this part. So now first get our let's get our row. So let us first understand this thing that our row must be a part of our column, right? Because we are entering the row in our column. Our column is this whole screen. We want it to be entered vertically. If you remember this thing, that our widgets were entered in vertical manner, right? Our widgets were entered in vertical manner. So now we want this row to be at the bottom. So again, we will include this row in our column itself. So that row is a widget itself, right? Row is a widget in itself. So by itself. So here it was the text widget. Here we had two flat buttons, right? So we entered this using our row column or column. So now even we will enter this row using column. So I hope that this is clear. So let's jump into the coding right now. So over here, now we have already seen our column. Our column starts here, and in the column we have used expanded widget. In expanded widget, we have used text and flat button. Now let's get to our row thing. So first let's build a row. It's again same as our usual column thing. We have to just use row instead of column. Now here we go. Now what you have to print is an icon, right? So you cannot build an icon out of nowhere. So as the name suggests, there is one class in Dart which is called icon, and it is implemented in the Flutter framework. So let's just tap into that icon class. Now we are in the icon class, and now when we are in this icon class, now we had to print an icon. So we had to, just like when we had to get some color, we use colors dot the color name. Similarly here, when we use icon, when you tap into icon, you had to use icons dot the icon which we want. So let's just print the correct icon, the check, the tick mark all icon. So over here it's check. So now you can see that we have got one icon, and we can see it, or even over here where I'm pointing the cursor, we can see that we have got one icon which is a check icon. Now let's just save this and see what's the output. So this thing isn't yet visible because by default, what's the color of an icon? It will be black in color. So there is again some properties of icon as well which we can change, right? So we'll try to change them now. Okay, so let's just format this and we'll try to tap into the properties of icon. So there is one another property which is called color. So we had to give the red color to this thing, right? So no, so for tick we had to give the blue green color, right? So we'll just put colors dot green, and then we will hit Control S, and now let's see whether it's visible. Okay, yes, this is visible now, and it's looking quite pretty right now, right? There is one small tick in the down in the end bottom part of our app. You can see it over here, but now one thing, it's looking too small, and the reason behind this is, again, let's see how the expanded widget works. So over here we have used the expanded widget and we have divided the space available in 5:1. So look over here, flex, we are given the flex which divides the ratio, screen ratio, in 5:1:1. Now therefore even we had to use the expanded widget over here because we want it to be we want it to give the equal space as we have given for our flat button and another flat button. So what we'll do, we'll just wrap this with expanded. And what's the process of wrapping? We have to just click on the widget which we want to wrap, and then we have to just click wrap with widget, and then you have to write the widget name, which is in our case expanded. Okay, now we'll hit Control S and have a look at this. Now this is looking much prettier because we have got some space in between the uh, false button and our checklist. Now one more thing, the size of this font is quite small, right? The size of the icon is quite small, so we can again tap into the icon and we can edit another property which is size. So here we go, we just put size, and it is well, just try to put it 25.0, 25.0, Control S, and let's see. So it's not quite what you want, so let's put 36. And now let's just find out what happens. Oh, now it has increased in size and now it's looking quite pretty. So now we will try to get the wrong cross item, the cross one. So let's just try to get the cross icon. By cross icon, I mean the X icon, which is, we'll try to get this icon. Now we have already got this icon. So we will be trying to implement now this one. So again, take it as a challenge for yourself, pause the video and try to do it yourself, and if you're not able to, come back to this video. So okay, now if you're not able to do, let's do it over here. Again, it's very easy. You have to just tap into icon. In icon, you have to provide icons dot, you have to provide icons dot. Now let's check out what's the correct word for cross. Is it cross? No. Is it cancel? Yes. Check and close. It is close. So icons dot close, and after that we'll provide again color for this thing, which will be equal to colors dot red, and then size will be equal to 36.0 because we want to make maintain the uniformity. So we'll again hit Control S, and then we will go to our Android emulator. And then now you can see that we have got the interface which we wanted. So let's just add some more icons to make it more interesting. So I will just repeat this whole thing. I will just copy this whole thing, copy, and we'll just paste it. Paste, and we'll hit Control S. And now look over here, it's looking quite beautiful. We have got the interface ready. Now there's one question. What's the use of making the UI when you are not able to use it, right? That's the very question which I want to ask. So you can see over here that now whenever we hit true, we should get the next question, and this thing should be updated as well, whether it's right or wrong. But we have just made a static UI till now. We have not done anything dynamic in it. So what we will be doing in the next lecture is we'll be seeing how to get the questions in our app when we hit the true or false button. How do we get the questions, how to get the next question. And then in the further lectures we'll be even updating this thing as well. When we hit true, if the answer is correct, this should be updated, and when it's false and if the answer is correct, it will come as a tick, or if our answer is wrong, it will come as cross, and then we'll be done with our app. So I hope that you have got whatever I explained till now. And this app is quite simple, but it explains a lot of topics of how Flutter works, right? So this is not looking quite good, so we'll just format this text widget again, because it's way too in the corner. So let's open our text widget, and over here there is one property of text align property. Okay, it's not over here, so we'll just try to tap in to text align. So this is another property. We'll try to give it as center, text align dot center. So in text align, it shows the alignment of the widget, and then we can just try to put our app. So this is now looking much better. Our question has come in the center of the app, and now I think we are done with the UI. All of this is completely done. So now let's just try this, and then in the next topic which we will cover, we will learn what is list in Dart and how to use that list to get our questions simultaneously printed on the screen. So thank you for joining. Do practice this thing, and I hope that you have a nice day ahead. Keep practice. Happy learning. Thank you.